Rhode Island property taxes are rising again, and faster than they have in years. A new analysis from the Rhode Island Public Expenditure Council finds that in fiscal year 2026, the statewide municipal property tax levy increased by 3.7%, or about $98 million. That is the largest annual increase in the last decade, and it comes in above inflation. Nearly 1 in 5 cities and towns, 7 municipalities, exceeded the state's 4% levy cap last year, compared to an average of 2.2 municipalities over the previous 9 years. At the same time, assessed property values surged between fiscal year 2023 and fiscal year 2026, growing by more than $61 billion, a 42% jump. Most of that growth came from residential property, which more than doubled in value over the last 9 years. But the tax burden is not being evenly shared. Commercial real estate is now taxed at a statewide effective rate that is 1.8 times higher than residential property. Tangible property is taxed at a rate that is 3.3 times higher. And these differences continue to grow year over year. In some communities, the gap is even wider. In Providence, an annual tax bill on commercial property worth $1 million is $20,800 more than the tax on a single-family home of equal value. Renters are also increasingly affected by these tax shifts. 21 cities and towns tax larger apartment buildings at a higher rate, and 12 also use homestead exemptions that shift the tax burden onto landlords and renters. Renters are more likely to be housing cost burdened, and the annual difference in tax bill can be large. For a house at the average sale price, over $2,000 in some communities. These policies are not only unfair, they have real consequences for economic prosperity and housing affordability. Property taxes make up nearly 20% of housing costs for the average homeowner in Rhode Island. They also make up 40% of all state and local business taxes. To address these growing challenges, RIPEC makes 4 recommendations to policymakers. First, state policymakers should maintain the 4% levy cap, which helps shield taxpayers from sharp property tax bill increases. Second, the state should adopt a constitutional amendment to limit tax rate differences and ensure the tax burden is more equitably shared across taxpayers. Third, state policymakers should consider implementing more frequent property revaluations to increase their accuracy and create a fairer system. And finally, local policymakers should expand targeted, means-tested property tax relief efforts to better protect vulnerable taxpayers.